Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, and Lady Sakura. So we lost one of our crew here, but we did gain 11 supplies. So overall, I think it was a fair enough trade. And now we're going to head off. So what I think I want to do is we're going to have enough fuel to get to the Empire of Hands, but I want to check out some of this area before we do. So I'm going to head over in that direction. Because I want to see if, we can indicate where there's another port. Because if you look, like it's a lot of the map for there not to be another port there. It certainly is possible that there isn't one, but I want to check. Okay, so we're making inroads now. There is a vortex coming up, or at least something that can be discovered. It's an abyss. Okay. Okay, no islands. Okay. We're gonna sail a little bit more, and then we're gonna switch to going northeast pretty soon. Okay, so no indication of anything being around this area. Waves snap beside the ship. Far below, something moves. The promised sea. All through this place, the song of drownies lie, shivering sweat along the wind. Okay, so we're going to turn now. Just in time as well. That looks like a rat barge there. We approach the Empire of Hands. Okay, so I'm not expecting to find anything else then in between, but I do still want to uncover this part of the map. And I'm going to dip this way just so that we uncover this extra little bit here. And now we enter the calumnies. There's a wind and glorious scent in the air, a kind of light. Why do sailors fear this place? Okay, and then that's all of that done. So up we go to the Empire of Hands. And as I said, the idea is basically when we get there to restock and then travel up north from there and uncover anything that could be that way. Let's make sure, yeah, we're still okay. could maybe start heading more in a northerly fashion though, or direction should I say. Okay, getting past the blimp, or the airship, whichever you want to call it. I remember in Fallout Tactics, well, let me tell you about that in a second. The cry goes up, Drowny's in the water, the pale face of the Drowny dead bob up like lamps. They're singing, drown out their song with the roar of the engines. Yeah, we'll do that. We lost one tower. And we lost one hull. Okay. Yeah, in Fallout Tactics, the airship was a big thing because it was to do with what's the name of that faction? The Brotherhood of Steel. Like, that's what Fallout Tactics was all about. Actually, was the Brotherhood of Steel. But there was an airship from one of their bases of operation had crashed. Okay, so let's sort this out now. The delightful adventuress leans over the rail of the ship, sniffing the humid air with evident distaste. What a filthy, damp little place. Oh well, we shall endure. At the sight of the mare hobbling up, she straightens. A thin, insincere smile spreads across her face. Ah, you there, my good primitive, she calls, striding down the ramp and clasping his arm tight. Now then, I come in search of your first Emperor's Vault, and for that I shall be needing a few things, some of your finest workers and tools, and some food. Do you understand me? She shakes her head, barely waiting for a response. Food. F-O-O-D. She repeats. Comprendas? Oh dear, I see we shall be here for a while. Listen, I hear you fellas rather like souls. Shall we discuss that like higher primates? Payment for the journey. Barnabas stays to settle up with his mistress, while his mistress negotiates the value of her soul with the mayor. So like she's really like the kind of the British, like the height of the British Empire, when they just treated everyone who wasn't in their mind civilized, and that's in inverted commas, with complete disdain. And she does it very well, because you get the, you really don't like her character, I think. Well, I don't like her character. A man with no face. Barnabas removes his mask with what looks like to be a silent moment of great relief. Underneath is nothing, just a flat surface where his face should have been. Ah, an unfinished clayman. One of those flawed products of polythrene that follow their own rules. If only you'd known that before he boarded. Of course, that's why the adventuress never mentioned it. He silently presents you with your agreed fee, dips his head in a polite bow, and lumbers back to his mistress. It appears she has struck a deal with the mayor. Okay. So we got 200 echoes from them. Not amazing, but it could have been a lot worse. She could have given us only 50 echoes or something. But we now no longer have her. Okay. Now, let's see what we're going to do here. So let's compile a port report. Okay. So still don't know why we keep getting turned away from there. Well, let's go for our audience. We're not going to sell our soul. We are going to buy fuel. Why is it so expensive now? It didn't used to be that price. I guess it's just so that people don't abuse it. But we need it, so get some supplies. Okay. I want to excuse myself and then go back in and see if the price has changed. No, it's still 60. Okay, because I thought maybe it was because we didn't have very much fuel. Okay, and then we're not going to get any more supplies just yet. We don't need it. Okay, then we'll excuse ourselves. We don't really want shore leave, I don't think. So it looks like that's what's needed there. Unlock with Rosegate the fate of a cigar. So we don't know what that's all about yet. And we need a submarine anyway. Okay, so now, next plan. We want to go up this way. So we want to go check out here and then head back to the Empire of Hands and pay their exorbitant prices for extra fuel, unless we find somewhere else that can sell us fuel at a cheaper price. So for now we're just gonna head off. Gonna start the Zebat off. Oh, definitely want to avoid that guy. So let's see where he goes. Oh, he's gonna try and fire across the island at us, I think. So he spotted us, so we're gonna go around this way. Okay. Glorious Dreadnought. Definitely don't want to be tangling with you. Okay, so he's headed off his own way. As long as he doesn't turn around, we're okay. Yeah, it looks like he's... I am a bit worried though, because, yeah, that could happen. Let's pick up our pace. Let's get the Zebat out, because we still have to be searching for places. We're burning all of our very expensive fuel as well. Okay, so this is some kind of... You can see the massive spiders over there on that island. So imagine we're going to find, maybe not on that island, but somewhere close, a port that has something to do with spiders. Looks like it might be connected to something else up here. The Nativity, okay. Okay, almost there. So this is certainly going to be interesting to find out what the hell's going on here. Let's dock. Okay, let's start with this. Risk exploring without candles. No, thank you. Okay. Trade supplies for silk. What do we need here? We need mushroom wine. So we need to remember that. Let's do that. Let's take his trinkets. That's probably going to be contraband. Now, let's do this. The Haunted Doctor. Please, I must leave this terrible place. The sorrow spiders will not take me back. Please. Welcome aboard. The Haunted Doctor hurries aboard the ship. He pauses, looking at the cursed wasteland of Saviour's Rocks. The lady said I would never be able to get it back once it was thrown away. I see she was... Never mind. Is this my cabin? Yes, it is more than I deserve. We now have one Haunted Doctor. Okay. Let's assist with the festival preparations. Okay, we gained 10 fragments. The assistance of an experienced captain and crew will hardly be turned down. Quiet murmurs of appreciation. The traders of the Nativity have little practice showing appreciation, but at least put in an effort. In particular, they not entirely accidentally let slip the secret of the Accord of Grace, a hospitality granted visitors by the generous neighbours of whom they will speak no ill. They do, however, hint that this only applies to travellers arriving through the port. Those unlucky enough to run aground on the rocks can consider themselves. But no. A sour spider might hear something they would of course never say. Okay, interesting. Do we want to do that? We have 2 supply. I think we do. Let's do that. So we've got 1 bolt of spider silk. Now, I want to head down this way and then back to the Empire Hands. I think that is the best course of action for us right now. So let's do that. Uh-oh. Elder Angler Crab. Please leave us alone. Let's get around this corner. Wow, look at all those spiders. Get the Z-Bat on the move. We're almost okay, so we're going to back off. So we discovered Saviour's Rocks. Okay, so I think it's about time to start heading towards Port Cecil. Or not Port Cecil. Towards the Empire of Hands. Okay, still no islands to discover. Let's get the all clear. And is that guy part of our... he is an officer. Okay. So he's a surgeon. So I guess we can swap those guys around. Okay, good. I want to go It would be better to go in that way, but I want to actually go around this way just to give us more chance to maybe find something else. The arranged assignment has worried the crew. Change officers in port to avoid this. Okay, remember that in future. Now we head towards the Empire of Hands, hoping to discover something along the way. Truth and Dreams has just popped up. There's that dreadnought over there. Okay, so this is all part of Empire of Hands territory here. Definitely want to avoid the dreadnought. So we're going to keep close to the coast. The coast with the most. Uh-oh. Coming this way. We're going to be boxed in. Yeah, if he decides that he wants to tangle with us. Looks like he's got himself turned around though. We're still going to go fast. And then back off now. Uh-oh. Do not back off. Wow, he's got some range. It's 14 damage as well per hit. So 3 more hits and we'd be gone. Just get into the port then. Okay. Let's travel to Sovereign Island. They still demand a gift worthy of the Emperor to open up their court, perhaps on another island. A hunting party powers through the water. You barely row out of the way in time, for it has no intention of turning or slowing. The chattering of angry monkeys fades into the darkness as they head for the other islands in search of food. Okay. Let's go back to the boat. Okay, so let's travel to Heartsake Village, Journey into Temptation, The Lost Hunter. Join a raid on the Empire of Hands. 13% chance. Let's just do this though. How goes sincerity asks, find anything? It is a voice that so badly wants the answer to be no. Let's trade some recent news for dynamite. I know that it means that we are not going to be able to get a blessing at Abbey's Rock. But we now have 3 sticks of dynamite. We have 9 Tales of Terror. We could almost do that, but not quite. What do we need for here? We need a Searing Enigma. We don't have it. Okay. We shall return to the boat then. Then let's go here. Let's view the delightful adventuresses camp. Through the forest, the foliage is thick and unforgiving. A gift for the Monkey Emperor. Yeah, we want that, don't we? Yeah. Okay, we got the gift. Let's speak to her. She prepares to make her run on the vault. Oh, it's you, of course. Help me with these blasted maps, would you? The monkeys are quite clueless. She shakes her head. They claim our souls uplift them, but if you ask me, it's just a case of monkey see, monkey do. Can you believe they think the Zeppelin of theirs will let them create a new empire? Wait, you there. Take that out of your mouth. This very second. Okay, let's go to the vault. It may look centuries old, but this entryway is relatively new. The monkeys can never leave alone. I'm always adding bits on as their whim. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. As their whim demands. Let's go outside the vault. The delightful adventuress flits back and forth between her base camp and the vault entrance. To rush, darling, is the court tragedy. The delightful adventuress pays barely any attention to you as she prepares. Sorry, another sneeze there. She's not yet ready to open the vault. You should return later when she has had a chance to organize her monkeys' workers. This may take a while. Okay, let's leave her to her work. The Zeppelin could be an opportunity. Perhaps someone in the court on Sovereign Ireland would be able to point you in the right direction. Okay, that's good. Now, next, we want to go to Fountainhead Island. Splash, 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 splash. The sound of oars would almost be hypnotic if your arms weren't burning so hard. Twit the effort. Okay, let's visit the delightful adventuress again. Let's speak with her. Okay, same thing she said. Monkeys sit idle, waiting for instructions. You stand once more before the imposing stone door. Okay, so they didn't have a picture for that last one. That was interesting. Then let's go to Ash Itmus. Iris Challenge. Hunt for supplies. Not many of the plants and berries here are familiar, but some of them at least look similar to ones that were being eaten back in Port Stanton. I think we'll give it a go. Okay, let's see what happens. A meal of berries. Some are sweet, some are sour. None are as tempting as a plate of salted pork, with the worms already picked out, but they fill a corner or two perfectly acceptable. Okay, so we lost 500 hunger. That's nice. Not as amazing as I would have hoped, but it's still nice to succeed. Now, next we're probably going to relax at the hot springs. Just 1 second though, I need to check something. Okay, sorry about that. I was just checking the recording was okay. Seems okay anyway. Yeah, let's relax at the hot springs. We lost 5 terror. Beautiful. A moment for yourself. Well, let's read the top. Steam and a hint of sulfur gently rise from a secluded natural pool flanked by trees and mushrooms. A moment for yourself. You slip out of your itchy clothes and into the welcoming caress of hot, deep water. The salts and sweat of sailing life melt away as you simply float, bare and free. Above, false stars glimmer, bright enough to be worth wishing on. All around, the glow of the trees casts ambient calm on the silent peace. How long has it been since you had a moment like this? Since London? Longer? Okay, so let's see what we'll do. So we can have a thought for a lover, but I think we've got a chances for other things as well, though. I think let's a thought for the east, because maybe that will point us in the direction where we want to go. Out on the edge of civilization. From here, the light of home are just a memory. The sea is blacker, its tail's more guarded. It is not enough to simply keep sailing. None who try ever return home. Perhaps that is the price demanded by salt. As you've overheard, the crew darkly murmur when they think no one hears. That doesn't mean that... Wait, what was that? Sounds like giggling. Caught. A tiny blonde girl perches watching on a rock. Her innocent grin is spiced with mischievous glee. But she giggles like an imp at the look on your face at being caught bathing in her hot spring, and the one that floods onto it as she scoops up your clothes. Demand that you put those down at once. A desperate swim. Curse these relaxed limbs. I don't think we demand that you put them down, so we'll go for this one. The monkey fondling makes things interesting. She waits, grinning innocently, until you emerge from the hot spring with nothing but your strategically placed hands for modesty. Before you can get close enough, though, she bolts from her crouched position and into the forest on all fours, a scampering run that turns every rock and fallen tree into a springboard. Yeah, let's just let them stare. You stride back on board your ship, eyes locked straight ahead and daring anyone to comment. They do not. In the days that follow, however, word is brusquely spread throughout the crew that anyone else heard singing that song will be swimming the rest of the way home. The song soon becomes a body staple in the singing mandrake. It's not a fame to be envied. So we lost 5 tower. Okay. Can we do anything here? We can gain access to the court. So let's do that. The gates are guarded by 2 armored monkeys that would look adorable if not for the blood on their bayonets. Humans are not welcome without an invitation or a worthy gift for the Emperor. The well-wheeled court. The stench and heat as the gates open are a sucker punch to your senses. Inside, the stagnant air of windowless wood palace hangs with sweat and tastes of hair. Everything is filthy and every surface used. The apes are likely to swing across the roof as walk the floors. In prized oases of relative calm, the high-souled conduct themselves with the poise of high-born lords and ladies. Around them, their barely uplifted lessers scamper around exhausted, taking orders and cruelties from all who care to dispense them. In the middle are countless more, a sea of apes longing for advancement and fighting for what they have with tooth claw and low cunning. Okay, summoned by the Emperor. To step into his throne room is to step into another world, a polished one of cool and blessed quiet that already feels as alien as it is pleasant. An official welcome. The Emperor sits on his throne, wrapped in robes of violet and wearing an ornate gold mask. He remains motionless, silent. He could be mistaken for a statue, if not for an almost imperceptible nod to grant his seneschal permission to speak in his name. She approaches, arms folded, in the red-trimmed yellow robes of a court mandarin. Her expression is carefully blank, the chestnut hair on her face powdered alabaster white and decorated with exquisite detail in red and black. The rings on her fingers mark her as a 10-souled ape, a status even the Admiralty can respect. She bows before you, a complicated ritual displayed of sweeping sleeves that somehow never break eye contact. Finished, she waits for your response. Okay, let's return the bow, because as a natural philosopher, I don't think we would be... I don't think courtesy would suit us. A flicker of disapproval. Did you do something wrong? It appears so. Be that as it may, there is business to discuss. The Great Exodus. The exquisite seneschal requests your assistance to supply the Empress of Han's great work, a zeppelin that will take them to a new home far away from here. Materials for the journey. You point out that the Admiralty has the Empire of Han's both under embargo and quarantine. The only thing worse to be caught doing here than supplying them would helping them escape their confinement. Have your people not already caused us enough pain, she demands. We starve, and you prevent us being fed. We thirst to explore, and you cage us like animals. Why? For what fine purpose? What threat are we to you, who happily dine with devils? She shakes her head almost with pity. What could you possibly see in us that shames you so? We're going to accept the commission. The exquisite seneschal bows again, deeper. With a pair of servants to row the boat, she takes you to the Zeppelin site in Port Stanton. It was originally the project of a traveller from afar, hoping to travel east, who encountered an accident. In his plans and engine, however, the monkeys saw their opportunity. The Great Exodus will require supplies and fuel, of course, explains the exquisite seneschal. We also seek souls who uplift our brethren, that they may join the work. You will of course be reasonably compensated for your expenses and rewarded upon completion. She also hints that there may be faster ways to complete the Zeppelin. To say more, though, would require a level of trust that you have not yet earned. Okay. So to complete the Zeppelin, we need 100 supplies, 100 souls, and 100 fuel. So what does this unlock with? 2 crates of human souls. Unlock with 5 supplies. Okay, and then that would unlock with 10 fuel. So we basically could chip away at it there. So I think that's something for us for when we have a bigger ship that we can carry more in our hold. So let's go back to the port. So see now why they are. I see now why they are charging so much for fuel. Okay, so I need to keep 200 echoes for Sphinxstone. So that means I can get maybe, let's see, maybe 6 fuel here. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's get 6 fuel. Okay, and 1 more. Okay, so that gives us a buffer. And then that does unfortunately also bring us to the end of this episode. We've run a lot longer than we normally would, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.